Is the US dollar about to collapse? What exactly is happening to the US dollar? From a technical perspective, we were supposed to see a strong US dollar last month, but fundamental events such as China mopping up all the gold they can find, Saudi Arabia is to sell their oil in yuan instead of the US dollar, and the BRIC nations agenda gaining more popularity every day. All these contributed to the dollar sharp decline we saw last month. The good news is, as traders, we make money even if prices go either way, whether buy or sell. All we need to do is to think in probabilities and align ourselves in the direction of the market. Now, let's take a quick dive into trading opportunities for next week. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Starting with the GBPUSD, price pushed up from this zone as expected. If you look left, this was a strong area that price reacted to previously, came back to that zone, and no wonder we saw that bounce to the upside, right? And between this zone to this zone, we saw more bullish candlesticks, which simply means more bullish price action, right? And last month we saw this bearish candlestick. To be honest, I expected price to keep falling to the downside, but because of those fundamental events that happened this month, price gave us a bullish candlestick close for the month. Happy new month, by the way, guys. I'm so sorry, forgive my manners. Happy new month, and I wish us a successful trading month. Last month was topsy-turvy. I really didn't place much trade, and I was kind of absent on the Telegram channel. Well, I wasn't absent, I just wanted to make sense of what the market was doing. And now we've ended the month with a bullish candlestick on GBPUSD, right? So what should we be looking at going forward? We should be looking for more bullish price action, right? Now let's continue. We closed last month with this bullish candlestick, as opposed to what I was expecting at the close of last 2 months. I was expecting to see a bearish push, but we didn't get it. And as traders, we just need to align ourselves to the market. Let's go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, I plotted this trend line for a while, and initially, before price got to this zone and declined to this zone before pushing back up, I was actually expecting price to come into this trend line. But when I saw price pushing all the way down, I just assumed that price was going to keep collapsing to the downside, especially when it came to this zone, broke below this level that has held for some time. I mean, price bounced off here, bounced off, then before breaking below, and now that we came back and broke above it, I was expecting price to keep pushing higher, but price came back and broke below it. So it made me think that price was going to keep falling to the downside, but that didn't happen. Instead, we are pointing upward once again. So what should we be expecting? We should be expecting price to come into this trend line, not just that trend line, but this resistance level here. So but if we come to that trend line, then we should be expecting a rejection to the downside. But if we don't get that and we happen to break above it, guys, that's more money for us all the way to the upside. Then if we break above, then I expect price to push all the way to the upside, right? That reminds me of this bearish decline last year. I mean, those of you guys that has been with us when we started this channel, I think around, was it September, between the end of August last year and September, you know, all the money we made, right? Before December rolled in and we started seeing that range and all of those stuff. Now we are beginning to look like we are going to go back to that amazing ride we had, but first we have to come into this zone, because that's the next level I can see right now. However, if we go to the daily time frame, you can see that price is at a strong resistance zone, because this is a daily time frame and price has rejected this zone before. If you see, the first rejection happened with a massive bearish engulfing candlestick, then we came back, we failed to break above, we pushed down again back to this zone, and now we are back to that zone and we are beginning to see a rejection. So what happens? What if we don't break above, like I've said? Because if we break above to this trend line, then we'll see a 305 pip move to the upside, which is massive. I mean, if you have a good account and you are trading this is massive. Even if you have a small account, you are still going to make a lot of money. 305 pips is not a small move. However, we have this zone to contend with on the daily time frame. Now, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, there's a trend line that has been broken that makes it look like price is coming down. And like I said during the introduction of this video, if price goes up and we buy, of course we are going to make money. And if price is going to drop and we sell, we are going to make money, right? And now we've broken below this trend line. But is it the right time to sell? To me, no. This is not a good time to sell, right? So for me to sell, I would like to see price take out this low. So if we come below, and let's say we break below like this, then we get a retest, then I'll expect price to push lower. And if price is going to jump up or fly to the upside, then I'll go back to the daily time frame and wait for price to actually take out this zone to show that bullish commitment, right, before jumping in. I mean, patience pays at this particular point in time. There are a lot of conflicts in the market. US, even fundamentally, US is trying to maintain their power. The BRIC nation guys, which is the China, Russia, South Africa, and those other nations, Brazil and co, they are trying to take power away from the US. So there's a tussle right now. So price can easily go either way. All right, so we need to be aware of this when making our trading decisions. Okay, I know I'm more of a technical trader, but when fundamentals as big as this is happening, you don't want to overlook it. All right, so if I'm going to go bullish on this pair, then I would like to see price take out this zone, which is obvious on the daily time frame. I would like to see price take out this zone. Then above this zone, I'll start looking for buys. But as long as we maintain below this zone, and for the fact that we've taken out this trend line, I would like to see price drop properly, taking out this low, then we'll look for a retest back into this zone or this zone to sell to the downside. But before I continue, quick announcement, guys. We've launched our new website, and the website is super amazing. You can see the link below this video right now. Let's trade 10x.com. all right, it's a solid website and everything you need is within the website. We are going to be holding Zoom classes within the website. We are going to be holding Google Classrooms within the website, all right, for efficient teaching. This is just to do what? Serve you guys more, all right. And there's also something interesting I'm about to introduce. Going forward from today, I'm going to be holding periodical YouTube live sessions, all right? So no more Telegram voice call, maybe once in a while when the need arises, but we're going to be doing more of YouTube live sessions so that our engagement is going to be more practical. All right, now let's get back to the video. Let's look at USDCAD from the, let's start from the monthly time frame. The monthly last month, because today is first as at the time of recording this video. Today is first, and as you can see, we closed this month super bearish. I mean, if I zoom in properly, you can see the body of the candlestick pointing downward with a massive wick upward. So that's to show you a massive rejection from the upside, and price looks like it's nose diving right now, right? And if you see, price has reacted to this line about 3 times or 4 times previously, here, and now look at this candlestick body closing below that area, right? So price is pointing downwards, and if you look between this zone here, let me put this box here, you will see we have more red candles than green candle here, right? The last massive green candle we had was this one, and right now you can see more red candles, so which means sellers are trying to take control of the market, right? So does that mean we should just start selling? Let's go to the lower time frames. Let's go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, guys, if price breaks below this trend line, then I'll be super bearish on this pair. So you can see, for the first time between this zone and this zone, we had a massive bearish candlestick close, which happened last week, right? Now let's go to a daily time frame. On the daily time frame, of course, I still maintain this trend line. So but first of all, price is coming to this zone, right? Price is coming to this zone here. Let me make this visible. Okay, it's visible on the hourly time frame. So price is coming to this zone and this trend line. Now what happens if we break below? Definitely I'll be expecting price to come to this next zone, right? Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So this is the 4-hour time frame. Oh, okay, this was a trade I took. Let me go to the 1-hour time frame so that I explain this trade. Actually, I took this trade last week, and one of the students on the Forex professional course was actually the reason why I took this trade. We were holding a live session and she called my attention to USDCAD because, of course, as usual, I asked the pairs they are looking at so that we'll look at it together. So she mentioned USDCAD and we analyzed it. As at the time when we held this meeting, price was around here. I told her that I will be expecting price to take out this line. Why? Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, I told her that I'll be expecting price to take out this level probably. I actually told her I'll be expecting two things. There was a zone I put here that is either I will be expecting price to come back into that zone before dropping to the downside, or price should come and take out this zone, because as at that time when we did this analysis, price was around here, right? So I said, oh, I would like to see price take out the zone properly, give it a clean break to the downside, then go back for a pullback before I execute. And what happened? We got exactly that, right? And I executed that trade, and you can see the price here when I executed. I think this trade was it Friday? Yeah, on Friday. This is 31st, right? So it was just a quick scalp because it was Friday and the end of the month. So I was not willing to hold the trade over the weekend. I risked 3% on this trade. This was my stop loss. This was my entry. Okay, my lot size is not showing here. So when I hit calculate on the calculator here, it actually gave me the lot size to use. So I got this lot size and I executed with a 17 pip stop loss, and I executed the trade and took 3K out of the market. That even reminds me, when I was talking about GBPUSD, I also traded GBPUSD, and there's a strategy I used for both trades that I'm going to be updating on the Forex professional course, and for those guys on the Zoom mentorship program, I'm going to be showing you live and all of those good stuff, right? I actually took GBP trade from here. You can see the screenshot of that trade on your screen. That was on Thursday. I took the trade from here and I took profit around here, massive profit. So of course my withdrawal for this month is going to be at least sizable now with those two trades. Anyways, let's go back to USDCAD. So on USDCAD, I've closed my open position, but what should I be expecting? I still expect price to push all the way to this downside or into this trend line. All right. If I go to the daily time frame, you'll see that trend line properly. Or if I go to the weekly, rather, you are going to see where that trend line is coming from. As you can see, the trend line is coming from this zone. So I'll be expecting price to still push. For next week, I'll be expecting price to come into this trend line. So what happens next? Well, I would like to see price break below that trend line or bounce off. When we bounce off, of course, I'll be more active this month. So I'm going to be I'm going to be posting the next updates on the Telegram channel. So if you're not on the Telegram channel, the link is going to be in the description below. So let's look at EURUSD. EURUSD is starting from the monthly time frame, just like the GBPUSD. EURUSD, I was also expecting EURUSD to collapse last month, especially when we got this bearish candlestick, but we didn't see that. Just like I said earlier, due to the fundamentals that happened within the month, and as it stands right now, it's not looking good for the US dollar. It's not looking good for the US dollar. So however, on the weekly time frame, I was expecting this weekly candlestick to close above this resistance level so that I can confidently start buying next week. But I don't know, the market is just proving to be so stubborn. The market is not ready to fall into my trap. Well, let me put it that way. Now, instead, we didn't break above. Instead, we got a rejection. So does that mean we are going to start collapsing to the downside, or we are still going to break above next week? Well, I'm going to be showing you two scenarios how I'm going to be approaching this. First of all, if we actually break and close above this area next week, then guys, we are blasting all the way to the upside, no doubt. I tell you for free, we are blasting all the way to the upside. All we need, if price is committed to going bullish, is for a weekly candlestick to close above this zone. Then we'll be full legs on our gas pedal, pushing upward. All right, so what I just need to see is a weekly candlestick close above here. Of course, maybe within the week, if we see a daily candlestick close, we can start taking advantage. We don't have to wait for that weekly candlestick, but on the daily time frame, we have this area to contend with. So that's why you see I'm looking at the weekly candlestick close. But if a daily candlestick close above here, we should go to the lower time frame and start looking for buys into this zone. Then if we now take out this zone, guys, we are all the way up. Nothing can stop us. We're all the way up. If you know that music. Anyways, but what about the sell side? Because we are seeing rejections on the daily time frame. Now, if you look at the sell side, price has taken out this trend line here. But of course, price is creating higher highs and higher lows. If you look at this zone, we had a massive impulsive move to the upside, taking out this high here. Then we came back, we tested that broken zone, typical market structure. But if you notice why I'm skeptical about the bullish potential of this current price action I'm looking at in front of me right now, is because we failed to create a new higher high taking out this high. So now, instead of creating a new higher high, we actually created an equal high and came back and broke below this trend line. So what does that tell us? Price looks like it's pointing lower. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame to look for a cleaner entry. So on the 1 hour time frame, this trend line held for a long time. I mean, price traded above it for a long time, and now we've successfully broken below it without creating any new higher high here. So what does that mean? We need to start looking at the selling potential of this. So it's either when we open for Monday, we'll get a retest of this trend line, and please wait for a confirmation, because this price is still pointing upward. If you go to the weekly time frame and if you see how we closed for last month, everything is pointing upward right now, right? So now if we get a pullback into this zone and see a strong bearish momentum to the downside, then and only then we should start selling, with this zone being our next level target. Why? Because I don't really see anything holding price here, maybe except for this. So two things can even happen next week. We may keep pushing lower into this zone before we see that pullback. Then if we see that pullback, let's wait for a strong bearish momentum as confirmation, just maybe one huge bearish engulfing candlestick or a strong rejection off of this zone to the pointing to the downside before we execute. Why do we need that extra confirmation? Because monthly time frame closed bullish, weekly time frame is pointing upward, daily time frame is pointing upward, and remember, we need to just concentrate on more recent price action, right? So now to sell, we have to come to this zone, get a pullback, see a bearish momentum before we execute. But if that doesn't happen, we go back to the daily time frame. So wait for a break and close above this resistance level, then we can buy into this zone. Then we see what happens there. If we are going to break above, then fine and good, that's what we would like to buy to the upside. Or if we are going to reject it and start pushing lower, then we look for trading opportunities. All right, so please take note of those points. On the 4 hour time frame, we've broken below a trend line. So if we are going to sell, we'll still be expecting a pullback because we've seen a massive drop to the downside. So probably on Monday we can see price come into this zone, then give us a pullback. If we are going to sell, I would like to see a confirmation before I hit that sell button, and my next level target is going to be this area. But if price is committed to keep pushing higher, maybe if we come here and keep pushing higher, guys, I may not buy. I said may, so I may not buy. I'll wait for price to take out this resistance. All right, so what else do we look out for? AUD and NZD/USD is still looking bearish, but the issue is, like, this is the weekly time. Price is still looking pretty much choppy. You can see sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. That's how do you make money trading these guys? How? Tell me how. I mean, let me zoom in again so you can see properly. Sell 1 week, buy the next week, sell the following week, buy the next week, sell again the following week, and then buy the next week. I mean, this is confusion all over the places. But one thing I know for sure is if Euro USD takes a direction, the other USD pairs has to align with that, especially NZD USD and AUD USD, right? Now, coming down to the daily time frame, you can see how choppy and how crappy this looks. Guys, this is still very much a tricky market, right? Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So on the daily time frame, we can easily break above, and if that happens, let's go back to the daily time frame. If that happens, then we start looking for buys. All right, now this is the daily time frame, and if price breaks above this level that has held for a very long time, I mean, price respected here previously, pushing price upward, but after breaking below, we have been respecting that zone. There's no candlestick that has closed above that zone, right? This one that you see that looks like it closed above that zone was actually a gap up, right? You can see this was the previous daily candlestick. Then the next day there was a gap to the upside, because if you see the body of this candlestick is to the upside, so there was a gap, and that was why we broke above. But what happened next? Price blasted below and pushed lower, and ever since we've been moving sideways. So let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. So if we are going to sell, because of the choppiness of this current market, I will have to wait for price to take out this trend line. And if we now break above this zone, I plotted it from the daily time frame. So if we now break above this zone and close, then we can start looking for buying opportunities, right? But I'm not all that interested in NZD USD and AUD USD right now. I would like to see how Euro USD behaves, because I know if Euro USD chooses a direction, the others will follow suit. So I think I'll be ending the video right here for today. Any other pairs I failed to talk about on this video, I'm going to be dropping them on the Telegram channel. So if you are not on the Telegram channel, guys, please join the Telegram channel right now. And also, like I said in the beginning of the video, towards the middle of the video, we've launched our new website, and it is amazing. You are going to love it. So if you're already a student, guys, just send me your email address. You have my WhatsApp number, and you are going to be added to the new website. And if you're coming in newly, guys, take advantage and join us today. So guys, amazing stuff is also popping up next week. We are going to be doing YouTube lives, and we are going to be doing reviews. We are going to be talking about prop firms, and of course, once in a while, if we see good trading opportunities, we are going to take together. But remember, my priority is for the students that are already on the program. So if you have not subscribed to our program, take advantage today and do that right now and join the family. Okay, thanks for staying to the end of this video. I love you guys. If you have not subscribed, do so now. And if you've not liked this video, do so now. Give us a thumbs up, so that YouTube is going to show these videos to more people who is looking for this type of amazing content. Guys, I wish you a successful trading week. Bye.